It's time for the new releases for the month of August. This is urban fiction and romance. So, just to let you know ahead of time, I will be reading the synopsis. They will not be in order. I had to redo it all over again because I accidentally erased it. So I will tell you the release date. Unfortunately, they're just not in order. So let's get into it. My name is Raquel. Welcome and welcome back. Number one, it is Kingpin Cincinnati by Carl Weber. It comes out on August 12th. It says Cincinnati, Ohio is known as the home of bad girls Kelasia Tanner and September. They are known for their no nonsense approach, and whoever tries them will quickly learn. This trio, oh, Kelasia Tanner in September. I'm sorry, I thought her name was Kelasia Tanner. Anyway, where we at? Whoever tries them will quickly learn this trio is nothing to be played with. Their own mode of survival is to play the dirty games that the streets taught them. Their close relationship will soon be threatened when September meets Raheem, a street dude with money and a bad reputation. Their relationship quickly turns toxic, which leaves September at odds with her crew. Her heart wants what it wants, and she is quick to ride with her man, whether it's good or bad. Take the ride with this trio as their lives spiral out of control, and it seems like there's no way out. Will they have each other's back like before, or will they fold and become one another's enemy? Book number two, His Love Was All I Needed. It is by T. Friday. It comes out on August 19th. It says, when women are involved with the same man, they'll stop at nothing to prove their love. Tammy has what you'd call hopelessly in love, has what you would call a hopelessly in love soul. So falling for a smooth talking, laid back playboy Malik is easy for her to do. But now she's faced with the problem of getting him to recognize her feelings for him and take claim of her heart, not just her bed. Malik loves the lady, but he loves being single and free to do as he pleases just as much, if not more. He never wanted to settle down with just one, but he never wanted any of his girls to have options either. With Cammy and his forever side chick Shay fighting for his love and attention, Malik is burned out by all the drama. He eventually tries everything in his power to prove to Cammy that he only wants her. Cutting Shay off for good seems to be easy, but Shay is not the type to play fair. With one last trick up her sleeve, will Shay finally get her man? Number three, Holding Down the Cartel. This is by Tiana. It comes out on August 12th. It says, meet the King family, with whom no secret is safe, and too much money is never enough. Learning the family business is a tradition as old as time. For most families, these businesses are legal enterprises, but the Kings are knee deep in the boardroom, politics, and the streets. Fraternal twins Khalid and Kalia are as opposite as night and day. Kalia is the primary enforcer for the family and a true gangstress. She's content with dropping bodies first and asking questions later until she crosses paths with someone who makes her second guess everything. Jeez. Khalid has political aspirations. He is running for Senate, where he plans to push the family drugs to high-ranking politicians. All that changes when a deadly incident occurs at one of his campaign events. Keon is the hothead of the family. With four kids and just as many baby mamas, he is never without his share of drama. Still, he manages to balance it all until a devastating family secret changes everything for him. Kenya is the youngest of the siblings. Fresh out of high school, she is the only one who wasn't destined for the drug game. But when Khalid is forced to take take a back seat. It is left to Kenya to keep their political connections satisfied. Duchess, the powerful matriarch of the family, craves money and power. Her husband, Kelvin, would much rather run the lucrative chain of King Funeral Homes and focus on a legitimate empire. Will their differences tear them apart? Hmm. Um, I think that's like the third book I've seen so far that has something to do with a funeral home. Seems like funeral homes are getting popular these days. I guess you want to be more morbid, I guess. Number 4, My Husband's Mistress is Dead. This is by Chandra. It comes out on August 26th. It says, growing up as a foster child, Brooke Perry has known more than her share of hard times. Securing a successful financial career and marrying Andre, a wealthy businessman, is far more than she ever dreamed she could achieve. And though she suffered 2 miscarriages, losses that shook her and Dre to their core, she's content to create the happiest of futures until a mysterious other woman, Erica Jones, swears Andre fathered her baby, claims the child is dead, and made her disappear. Brooke refuses to believe her until Erica is killed in a sudden, extremely suspicious house fire. Then Brooke discovers Andre's first wife didn't in fact die from an illness. Now Brooke is determined to uncover the truth, no matter the cost, even if it means lying to the police and facing arrest, even if it takes all her courage to go up against Andre's formidable and ruthless mother. And as more of Andre's secrets and double life surface, Brooke will piece together a nightmare beyond mere lies and betrayal, a lethal hall of mirrors where she can believe nothing, and the stakes are high and deadlier than she ever imagined. Number 5 is Triggered by Wajane, I think. There is no picture for this one. It comes out on August 26th. It says, Is true love always meant to be? Yendi Porter always knew falling in love would be her downfall, and she avoided it at all costs until she could no longer. Yendi surrenders to love, encountering entanglements that trigger her in the most beautiful and ugliest way. Sonny Harper, an orphan turned boss, lives a life that the average man would envy. After violently losing his family at a young age, Sonny prioritizes money over everything, leaving no room to take love seriously. When Sunny and Yendi's world collide, they embark on a passionate journey of self discovery, upheaval, and betrayal. And once the good girl image Yendi maintained becomes tainted as she falls deeper into the fast life, Sunny is left to face his demons while being forced into a position to navigate the same game he vowed never to enter. Number 6 is From Men to Monsters. This one doesn't have a synopsis, but it does say that it is book number 17 in the War series, and it is book number 3 from Men to Monsters. So I believe. Oh, and this is by T Style. So if you have seen or familiar with T Styles, she has a bunch of books called War. And so this is a part of that series. I guess she changed the name. But it does not have a synopsis for this particular one, although it does have a synopsis for 1 and 2. I just chose not to read it because it's 1 and 2, and this is book number 3. Book number 7 is called People Like Us. It is by Jason Mott. It comes out on August 5th. It says, In People Like Us, 2 black writers are trying to find peace, and belonging in a world that is driven with gun violence. One is on a global book tour after a big prize win. The other is set to give a speech at a school that has suffered a shooting. And as their two storylines merge, truth and antics abroad in equal measure. Characters drink booze out of an award trophy, menace lurking in the shadows, tiny French cars putter around the countryside. Handgun seems to hover in the air, and dreams endure against all odds. People like us is wickedly funny and achingly sad all at once. It is in utter triumph, bursting larger than life characters who deliver a very real take on our world. This book contains characters experiencing deep loss and longing. It also buoyed by righteous humor and characters who share the deepest love. It is the newest creation of the writer whose work amazes, delivering something utterly new yet instantly recognizable as Jason Mott's novel. And I'm not gonna read the rest because the rest is just more. It's not a description of the novel. It's talking about him, Jason Mock. Number 8, which is This Kind of Trouble. It is by Tucci Ease. Comes out on August 5th. And you know what? I forgot. This is urban fiction, romance, and literary fiction. So these are the literary fiction ones. Um, this one, it says, Where are the fragments of the life you have lived? 2005. In Atlanta, Benjamin, a white passing man of Nigerian heritage, is wondering what his life has been made up of. Broken relationships, attempts to forge an identity from other memories. In Lagos, Margaret, a Nigerian mother, is trying to decipher and finally destroy the mental malaise that has troubled her for as long as she can remember by winding her way through a complex family history. Though they have no longer the 20 somethings they once were when they met, and the 40 years that have passed since they last saw one another might suggest that they are strangers. There is a deep and unsettling history that has bound them together since long before they were born. 1905. A well respected chief of Umumilo village, Nigeria, Okolo, has always followed tradition. Then three of the young village women, including her sister who follows the white man's god, are shrouded in scandal. And Okolo is forced to choose which path to take, that of least resistance, excuse me, that of least resistance, embracing the ways of the white man to save his village and his sister's pride, or the other, preserving the way that has sustained generations, but at what cost? A beautifully crafted multi generation story of family history and identity. This Kind of Trouble is a powerful debut that asks what makes up life, and when it's broken, we might put it together again. Okay. And then we have number 9, which is called All Bark, No Bite. Bark is spelled Bark. It is by Nicole Michelle. It comes out on August 8th. And it says betrayal, kidnapped secrets, domestic violence, failed relationship, death, and unsure future. Hmm. These four resilient women grow stronger in their relationship as they navigate life together. Bianca attempts to keep her friend in check, excuse me, while trying to ensure the men in her life will not continue to leave her. Alicia struggles to parent her siblings with a challenging career. Katrina embarks on a journey with her sexuality that may cost her life. Regina is one car burned, busted windows, and slash tire event away from prison time. Embark on a journey with these four young ladies as they attempt to launch an FBI investigation on one of their lovers by themselves. That kind of sounds interesting. Um, then we have number 10. It is called A Queen Stories This is a three-part series. The first part is called Lyric, the second part is called Night, and the third part is called Destiny. So this is the third part. It comes out on August 5th. It says, out of all the queens from Queens, Destiny Clark has never been the type to hold her tongue. Loud, confident, and unapologetically herself. She is a force to be reckoned with, especially when it comes to protecting her heart. But when she leaves Queens for college, she finds herself spending more and more time with Sincere Harrison, her best friend's older brother, and the one guy who has always been off limits. Excuse me. Sincere is focused on making a name for himself in the hip hop industry, producing beats that are catching the attention of major artists. The last thing he needs is a distraction, especially one as fiery and unpredictable as Destiny. Oh, sorry about that. Yet their chemistry is undeniable, and what starts as a secret, no strings attached arrangement quickly turns into something neither of them expected. Determined to keep their late night rendezvous under wraps, they tell themselves it's just fun. No feelings, no complications. But love doesn't follow rules, and soon their connection becomes impossible to ignore. When secrets come to light and the line between love and friendship blurs, Destiny and Sincere must decide if they are willing to risk everything for a chance at something real. It says, set against the vibrant backdrop of New Orleans and New York is a captivating tale of love, friendship, and the power of following your heart. Join Destiny and Sincere as they embark on a journey of self discovery, passion, and unbreakable bonds. Number 11 is called Unbreakable Truths, and this is by J. Rue. JRU comes out on August 5th. It says, you're always doing for everyone else. When's the last time you did something for yourself? Avi Braxton has always been the strong one, the fixer, the ride or die. But after years of pouring into a love that left her empty, especially with Eli, the man who once promised forever, Avi is forced to reckon with the truth she's been ignoring. Loyalty can't fix what's already broken. Wounded but not defeated, she steps away from the vision of herself that's always played it safe, only to stumble into a life of love she never saw coming. Uh, Kane Anderson has loved Avi from a distance for years, even when she belonged to someone else, even when, I'm so sorry, even when that someone was family. Back in Mercy with old wounds and bigger intentions, Kane is doing being quiet. Oh, Kane is done being quiet. She deserves more, and he's ready to give her everything she's been denied, even if it costs him blood ties to do it. Now, Avi must choose: keep holding on to the past that keeps breaking her, or finally choose herself, even if it means letting go of everything she thought she was supposed to look like. And then number 12 is a book called The Rewrite. It is by Lizzie Dominola Blackburn. Comes out on August 12th. It is romance. It says, in this lovers to enemies to lovers rom com, two exes are faced with one deadline. Will they make it to the end? Timmy and Wale meet in London. They flirt, they date, they meet each other's friends. Then they break up, and Wale goes on a reality dating show. Instead of giving in to heartbreak, Timmy throws herself into her dream, writing. She's within touching distance of a book deal that will solve all her problems, but publishers keep passing on her novel, and bills she still have to be bills still have to be paid. So, when the opportunity to ghostwrite a celebrity memoir arises, Timmy accepts. And of course, the celebrity turns out to be Wale. Will Timmy and Wale repeat the patterns of their past, or will they write the whole new story? Number 13, Sweet Crush Book Club. It's by Carmen Lee. It comes out on August 26th. It says a dedicated single mother and a librarian with a secret write their own secret and sexy love story in this small town rom com about family, friendship, and embracing the next chapter. Oh, Lord. Hot X scenes. Every touch, kiss, caress feels incredibly real and deliciously sexy. This is somebody telling you what they think, and I'm not about to read that. I am so sorry, but I am like totally worn out. And um, I don't even know that this is even necessary. We want to know what the book about, not what other people think about it. It says, for Danny, life is a juggling act. As a single mom devoted to her son and family, she barely has a moment to herself. But when her sister announces, excuse me, when her sister announces she's moving out of the house, the ache of loneliness creeps in, and Danny can't help but wonder if there's something else she's been missing in her life. Zoe comes to Peach Blossom, eager to start a new job as the town librarian, to do little research for her next book. Yet she never expected to find inspiration in fellow book club member Danny, whose captivating brown eyes tell a story of their own. But before you know it, lingering glances over their favorite fiction turn into a first date and sizzling nights. As their connection deepens, the two women must decide if they should turn the page on what their lives used to look like, or if this thrilling plot twist is a happily ever after they've been chasing all along. From showing up to glowing up, these characters and Afterglow books are on the path to leading their best lives and finding sizzling romance along the way. Looks like this is a part of a series. The first book is The 17 Split. The second book is Relationship Mechanics. And the third book is The Secret Crush Club. And okay, so this is the third book of the series. Number 14 is called Promise of Forever. It is by Cheryl Lister. It comes out on August 19th. It says, Terry Rhodes loves her husband when she's actually present. Their whirlwind marriage is a steamy fairy tale for about a year. They moved to Firefly Lake, made amazing friends, but over time, John legal practice and Timmy work as an ER nurse have turned them into ships passing in the night. What she wouldn't give to connect with John the way they used to before, the long hours and unexpected tragedy broke their hearts. John can't stand to see his beautiful wife in pain or talk about his own. He couldn't admit there was a problem until Terry got his attention in the worst way, by walking out. John will do anything to get her back, like leaning on their new friend in the supper club and taking her on dates that prove their chemistry is as hot as ever. He has to believe it's not too late to prove to the woman he loves that his heart and ears are open, and that no matter what, he's not giving up. Now this definitely sounds like something I would want to read. Um, I'm not sure about any of these other books, but this one definitely has piqued my interest. And let's move on to number 15. It's called Isn't She Lovely? It's by Tina Martin. It comes out on August 8th. It says, when Giada Gardner agrees to attend the charity bachelor auction, she's expecting a night of forced smiles and conversation with a bottle of wine to help her get through it. She wasn't expecting to lock eyes with one particular bachelor on the stage, the man she thought she'd never see again. He was her childhood best friend and only heartbreak, Nazem Noble. Nazem has never forgotten Giada. He didn't forget what her friendship meant to him, and definitely didn't forget the way she walked out of his life back then. So, if this bachelor auction is a way for him to finally get answers, that's what he'll do. But he's looking for more than a one night dinner date. He wants forever by any means necessary. Now, that sounds really cute too. I like that. Number 16, it is called Rock Steady With Me by Anna E. Ross. It comes out on August 10th. It says, He's not the agenda, but he's exactly what she needs. Soleil Stancliffe, vlogger, celebrity stylist, and global trotting TV darling, thinks she's seen it all, but when she lands on Nevis for an annual cultural festival, she finds out just how little she knows. As the lush, sun drenched island new tourism ambassador, she's working around the clock creating content and exploring the island her grandfather once called home. That is until a chance encounter uh, with a local artist, Vincent Garvey, throws her carefully curated schedule out the window and sets her on island time. His smile is as electrifying as his touch, and between rainforest heights and moonlit dances, Vincent shows her just why Nevis is called Queen of the Caribbean and how to move with the island's rhythm. But after the last lap, after the masquerades and Moko Jumbi have hung up their costumes, and the 2 week Culturama festival comes to a close, will Soleil be able to walk away from the man who rocked her steady, or has her heart found a new home in Nevis? That also sounds good. I don't know where Nevis is, but I'd sure like to go. Number 17. Tell Them I'm Not Dreaming. This one is by Monique Fisher. It comes out on August 29th. It says, four best friends, one trip to New Orleans, and no clue what the Big Easy has in store for them. After an adventurous vacation exploring New Orleans, four best friends decide to visit a psychic. When she predicts that each of them will find true love within a year, they don't believe it. But they soon discover fate will not be denied. Lyric is a publicist used to cleaning up the messes of the rich and famous. So when a photo of her kissing a millionaire angel investor, Ransom Hamilton, goes viral, she agrees to fake date him to smooth over the scandal. It is the least she can do. The only problem is Ransom is changing the rules, determined to make the relationship real, and Lyric's not going to make it easy. Game on. That sounds good. Amy. When a childhood sweetheart, Amy and Patrick are reunited years after the disapproving opinions of their family pushed them away, they decide to give love a second try. Things get dicey after their exes start popping up and complicating their second chance love stories. Yeah, that generally happens. That generally happens. Then you have Suchi. Suchi and coffee have chemistry, but that might not be enough in the real world. Crafting an insular relationship bubble strong enough to withstand the test of reality is nearly impossible. They may need to face some secrets to discover if their spark can evolve into a real love. And then you have Bridget. Although Bridget and Silas don't exactly hit it off at first, when Silas finds out about Bridget's ex-husband's new marriage, he agrees to help her get revenge by being her plus one for the nuptials. What began as a simple 3-day drive between strangers quickly develops into much more, and Bridget is faced with the biggest question of all. Is she willing to open her heart one more time? Tell Me I'm Not Dreaming is a rom-com anthology about four women taking a chance on love and learning to embrace their fates with open arms. Uh, okay, and then we have number 18. It's called When It Comes to You. It is a second chance love. It is by Reese Bryan. Comes out August 15th. It says, Zarina, my whole life I've been a good girl who always does the right thing. The one who everyone relies on, the one who doesn't want to disappoint anyone. But for once I did exactly what I wanted. And that just happened to be Dre Cummings, my longtime crush. It was supposed to be one night. No expectations, no strings attached, but our incredible night together left me with more than just a lifetime of memories. Then you have Andre. I've had a thing for Z since we were kids, but she was a good girl with a capital G and the pastor's daughter. Definitely off limits. but that was a long time ago. So when we ran into each other again a couple of years ago, I was determined to shoot my shot. When we had an amazing night, one I can't seem to forget. When I hear that she's in town, I pop by her mom's place hoping to connect again. But what I discover instead is a gorgeous little girl whose face is too similar to mine, too similar for my own to be. I discover instead a gorgeous little girl whose face is too similar to mine to be a coincidence. Now, Z has some serious explaining to do, and I find myself determined to prove that I can be the father Mia needs and the man Z deserves. That's cute. Number 19. The city that thought her to. What? What the heck is this? The city, I don't even know what this is called. I'm sorry, that's how tired I am. The city that, I don't know. We're going to skip this one because I don't know what it is. Then we have Clickmate. And yeah, one more after this. So we have Clickmate, which is by Tia Kelly, comes out on, I believe it was August 5th. I'm going to have to go back and check it. After a public and very messy divorce nearly drained his bank account, Cole Howard is too focused on saving his basketball career to even think about shooting his shot outside of the arena, especially with a woman like the uptight neighbor Bellamy Barnes. Despite being beautiful and intelligent, she's no stranger to drama. One thing he's desperate to avoid. His only escape is an online culinary covert persona he uses to share his passion for all things food with a stranger whose only interest in what he can do in the kitchen and not on the court. After having a problematic entanglement with a very famous and still married celebrity aired out on nationally syndicated radio show, being unceremoniously fired and moving in with her sister, Bellamy Barnes is too focused on trying to get her life back together to even think about getting herself entangled with another emotionally unavailable man. This especially includes men like her sister, annoying neighbor Cole Howard. Despite being gorgeous and charming, though she wishes he would stop calling her Bella because he knows she hates it, he's exactly the kind of rich, thinks he's got gifts to women player on and off the court she spent her entire life avoiding. Her only refuge is visually indulging in the culinary masterpiece cooked up by her online crush and confidant. Cole and Bella have sworn off love IRL, but on Beyonce's internet, Cupid plays a different set of rules. Anybody know what IRL is? I have no idea what they're talking about. Um, and then we have, yay, the last one is called Messy AF. It is a steamy fake dating romance. It is by Ashamara. It comes out on August 20th. It says Ava James wanted nachos, tequila, and one more drama-free night. Instead, she got her smug, manipulative ex and a humiliating spiral with no exit. So she did what any unbothered, unhinged, emotionally rebranding woman would do. She sat on a stranger's lap and discarded him, her man. Wait a minute. She sat she sat on a stranger's lap and declared him her man, loudly and with tongue. Oh, gross. Spoiler, the lap belongs to Grant Townsend. Now, the actual synopsis says spoiler. This is not me spoiling it. Big, bearded, built like he bench press trucks and breaks headboards for fun. He plays along with calm, dirty confidence and Ava. She's not okay. What starts as excuse me. What starts as fake turns in flirty, then far too real. Grant is everything she didn't plan for and exactly the kind of man who would wreck her on purpose. But when she learns what he's been hiding, pretending she's fine isn't an option. She cracks. and this time it shows. Love is messy, she's messier, and if she falls apart, he's going down with her. Oh my God, I want to read that. It sounds funny. Um, there's one more, and this one is crazy because I don't understand why you would write a book for Christmas in the summer. But let's get into it. I think this is the last one. It's called Dear Santa. It is by Brooklyn Lee. And oh boy, I'll have to get the date again for you. So it says Brooklyn Lee. Grace Adams wants lots of things: a stable job, a working car, and a drama free life. But more than anything, she wants Mr. Right. She's been asking God for ages, but he's been holding back. So she gets a bright idea: write a letter to Santa. Oh, okay. Sure, it's a long shot considering Santa's not real, but she sends it anyway. A few days later, someone shows at her door. Not Mr. Right, Mr. Kind of Santa, and he wants to marry her. But what does it matter, because her heart will always be on Mr. Right, or so she says. Dear Santa, send me a Man is a charming Christian novella. Oh, okay, full of humor, romance, and drama. Comes out August 16th. So ta-da, finish. um, yeah, let me know which books, if you are planning on reading any of the books. If you have, well, I guess they haven't came out, so you can't have already read them. I guess you could if you do an arc. But anyway, let me know which books you're planning to read. I so apologize. Like, you guys have no idea. This is literally my third time not doing the video, like getting all of the new releases together. And so, not that you care, and it's, I mean, it doesn't, but I'm giving you a reason why I keep yawning. I'm tired. So I do totally apologize for that. I hope it isn't a distraction. And um, if you enjoyed the video, do all the YouTube things: like, comment, subscribe, share. And until next time, see you soon.